Hello students, welcome to my class. So we had discussed about P.N. Johnson and that was the unbiased P.N. Johnson. But today we are going to learn about a biased P.N. Johnson. Means how a P.N. Johnson is biased and what is its function under biasing condition. So today's topic is biased P.N. Johnson and its VI characteristic. A P.N. Johnson can be either forward biased or reverse biased. What do you mean by a biased P.N. Johnson? A P.N. Junction to which an external electric field has been applied is known as biased P.N. Junction. Now we can apply external electric field in two different ways. So accordingly there are two types of biased P.N. Junction. One is forward biased P.N. junction, other one is reverse biased P.N. junction. So first let us see what is a forward biased P.N. junction and how it is achieved. So look here, this is a P-type semiconductor, this is a N-type semiconductor, this is the P.N. junction, this middle line is known as P.N. junction. Now, if we connect the P-type semiconductor with the positive terminal and N-type semiconductor with the negative terminal of a battery, then this method of biasing is known as forward biasing. And this type of P.N. junction is known as forward biased P.N. junction. So look here, in a forward biased P.N. junction, the P material is connected with the positive terminal, N material is connected with the negative terminal of the battery. Very easy to remember, P to positive, N to negative. So P-type semiconductor connected with the positive and N-type semiconductor is connected with the negative terminal of a battery. This method of biasing is called forward biasing and the P.N. junction is called forward biased P.N. junction. So in a forward biased P.N. junction, what we find, the applied electric field, this is the applied electric field, outside electric field, E naught is anti-parallel, opposite to the internal barrier field, EB. EB is the barrier field, EO is the applied field. So applied electric field is anti-parallel to internal barrier field. As a result, the net electric field across the P.N. junction decreases. Net electric field across the P.N. junction decreases. The potential barrier across the P.N. junction decreases. So the width of the depletion layer decreases. Now look here, the negative in the N-type semiconductor, the free electrons are the majority charge carriers. These black dots are the free electrons. And in the P-type semiconductor, the holes are the majority charge carriers. So we have shown the holes by circles and free electrons by black dots. So look here, we are considering only the majority charge carriers. We are not discussing about the minority charge carriers. So these majority charge carriers, that is the free electrons which are negatively charged, they experience a pushing force this is the negative terminal battery. So negative terminal of battery gives a repulsive force. Repulsive force means pushing force. At the same time, the positive terminal of the battery also gives a repulsive force on positive holes. That means both holes and free electrons, the majority charge carriers in the p and n type semiconductor respectively, they experience pushing force towards the junction. Okay. So if you increase the applied voltage, a stage comes where the depletion layer totally vanishes. So that forward voltage at which the depletion layer in a forward biased PN junction totally vanishes is known as knee voltage. Knee voltage, an important term, knee voltage. We write like this, knee, V knee means knee voltage. So what is knee voltage? It is the minimum forward voltage. It is the minimum forward voltage. Forward voltage. What is the meaning of forward voltage? Means the voltage applied to the PN junction under forward biasing condition. So it is the minimum forward voltage at which depletion layer vanishes. So when the depletion layer vanishes, under the action of the pushing forces, that is the repulsive forces from negative terminal and positive terminal of the battery, the holes move towards N region and free electrons move towards P region. Remember, in a unbiased PN junction, this movement of holes and free electrons was stopped due to the formation of potential barrier and barrier field. But in a forward biased PN junction, when knee voltage reaches, the depletion layer completely vanishes. Thereafter, if we increase the voltage, then there is free movement of free electrons and holes. That means both holes and free electrons move across the PN junction. So there is a current. Look here in the external circuit, the electrons are the charge carriers, free electrons are the charge carriers. They move from negative terminal of the battery to positive terminal of the battery. But inside the PN junction, the holes and free electrons are the charge carriers. So we can say now that in a forward biased PN junction, the depletion layer gradually decreases, and when applied voltage or forward voltage becomes equal to knee voltage, the depletion layer completely vanishes. And thereafter, when we increase the forward voltage, the holes in the P region move towards N region and the free electrons in the N region, they move towards P region. That means there is current due to the majority charge carriers. So under forward biasing condition, the PN junction has large conductivity because the resistance decreases. The forward resistance decreases and the conductance increases. That I shall explain you with the help of VI characteristic also. Next we shall discuss the reverse biased p-n junction. Reverse biased p-n junction. What is the meaning of reverse biased p-n junction? A p-n junction to which the applied electric field is parallel to the internal barrier field is known as reverse biased p-n junction. I repeat that a p-n junction in which the applied electric field is parallel to internal barrier field, then that is called reverse biased p-n junction. Now let us see how reverse biasing is achieved. In a reverse biased p-n junction, the p-type semiconductor is connected with the negative terminal of the battery and the n-type semiconductor is connected with the positive terminal of the battery, just reverse of forward biasing condition. In the forward biased p-n junction, p material is going to positive, n material negative, but in the reverse biased p-n junction, p material is connected with the negative terminal and n material is connected with the positive terminal of the battery. So, this voltage which we are now applying to the p-n junction is called reverse voltage. This is the reverse voltage, and this reverse voltage, because of this reverse voltage, the applied electric field E naught is parallel to barrier field. As you know, the barrier field is always directed from n material to p material, and here the applied electric field E naught is directed from n material to p material. That means both applied field and barrier field are in the same direction. They are parallel. Now what happens under reverse biasing condition? Now as the applied field and barrier field are parallel, the net field across the p-n junction increases, or the potential barrier increases. Also, what happens? The positive holes, which are the majority charge carriers in p-type semiconductor, they are pulled, because this is negative terminal. The negative terminal of battery gives an attractive force on positive holes in the p-type semiconductor, and the positive terminal of the battery gives an attractive force on negative electrons in the n-type semiconductor. So look here, the majority charge carriers, that is the holes in the p-type semiconductor and the free electrons in the n-type semiconductor, both are pulled away from the junction. So under reverse biasing condition, the width of the depletion layer, this is the depletion layer, the width of the depletion layer gradually increases. Potential barrier becomes stronger and stronger. Potential barrier increases. The majority charge carriers are pulled away from the junction. Hence, there is no current in the p-n junction due to the majority charge carriers. No current due to majority charge carriers. But look here, there are a few free electrons in the p region which are called minority charge carriers. Free electrons in the p region are minority charge carriers. A few holes are there in the n region which are the minority charge carriers. So under the reverse voltage acts like a forward voltage for these minority charge carriers. So the minority charge carriers are pushed towards the junction and there is a very little current due to the minority charge carriers. Why? Because the minority means their number is very small number of charge carriers. So the current that flows due to the minority charge carriers is very small. So this small current due to the minority charge carriers in a reverse biased PN junction is known as leakage current, I leakage. Leakage current, leakage current. Leakage current, I leakage. So what is leakage current? Leakage current is the small current that flows due to the minority charge carriers, that is the free electrons in the p region and holes in the n region in a reverse biased PN junction. This current is very small. It is not of practical importance because this is very small. So it is not practically important. So we do not give any importance to this leakage current. So we see that under reverse biasing condition, in a PN junction, the width of the depletion layer increases. The majority charge carriers are pulled away from the junction. So practically no current due to the majority charge carriers. A small current flows due to the minority charge carriers, that is called leakage current, which is not important for practical use. So we can say now that under reverse biasing condition, the PN junction offers a very high resistance. Now let us come to the VI characteristic. VI characteristic. Here V means voltage, applied voltage. I means current and characteristic means graph. That means VI characteristic means it is a graph plotted between applied voltage V and the current I. So we are going to discuss the VI graph or VI characteristic for a PN junction. Now this graph can be discussed under two parts: forward biasing condition in the first quadrant where voltage and current both are positive, and reverse bias condition in the third quadrant where voltage is negative, current flows in the opposite direction. So this, look here, in the first quadrant, with increase in applied voltage, we are first of all increasing the voltage. Now with increase in voltage, initially the current does not increase because there is depletion layer up to here. But when applied voltage becomes equal to knee voltage, the minimum forward voltage at which depletion layer vanishes. So at knee voltage, the depletion layer vanishes. Remember, knee voltage is 0.3 volt for germanium and 0.7 volt for silicon PN junction. So if we have taken germanium as the base material for making a PN junction, then for that type of PN junction, knee voltage is 0.3 volt, and if we have taken silicon as the base material for making the PN junction, its knee voltage is 0.7 volt. So V knee 0.3 volt for germanium and 0.7 volt for silicon. Okay. Now look here, from 0 to knee voltage, with increase in voltage, the current does not increase appreciably. It is because there exists depletion layer. But at knee voltage, depletion layer completely vanishes. There is no more depletion layer. So thereafter, if you increase the voltage, the current increases sharply, linearly. Linearly the current is increasing just like a conductor. So this is called forward voltage, this is called forward current, and this graph from this ABC graph, this graph is known as forward characteristic. Now come to the VI characteristic in the reverse biasing condition. Now this reverse voltage means negative voltage. Now when we are increasing reverse voltage, there is no current due to majority charge carriers, but a small leakage current flows due to the minority charge carriers. But what happens when reverse voltage increases at a particular reverse voltage, that is breakdown voltage, there is sharp increase in current. So this voltage is known as breakdown voltage, VBD. So VBD is called breakdown voltage, VBD. Breakdown voltage. Now actually what happens at this voltage? Now when we are increasing the reverse voltage, the minority electrons in the P region, they gain sufficient kinetic energy, and when breakdown voltage reaches, the kinetic energy of minority free electrons in the P region becomes so high that they move with very high speed and they collide with the covalent bonds and break the covalent bonds. So as the covalent bonds break, so suddenly a large number of electrons are free, and that stage of the p-n junction is known as breakdown condition of the p-n junction. So breakdown voltage, this is the reverse voltage at which the breakdown of the p-n junction occurs. So at this voltage there is a sudden rise of current, and this is the reverse current. But we usually do not apply this voltage because that may damage the p-n junction permanently. So we try to keep the reverse voltage below the breakdown voltage. So we have discussed the biased p-n junction and its VI characteristic.